Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to introduce Mr. Joel Darling, Mr. John Hill, and I'm Alex Dow. We're the team behind Together. Imagine you're at a concert. You've got VIP tickets, so you're going to see Taylor Swift after the show. Admittedly, that's pretty cool, but what if we could make you a part of the show? We can't get you on stage, but we'll get you close. We built Together, a collection of web and mobile apps to enhance the live concert-going experience and keep every fan, VIP or otherwise, engaged throughout the show. Imagine being at a concert where every fan's phone lights up into a beacon of fun, excitement, and imagination. To start off, we'd like to showcase the Showrunner, the central nervous system to our app. The Showrunner communicates directly with the mobile app and triggers either pre-recorded live shows or one-off events. First, we'll explore the one-off events in a bit more detail. The Showrunner sends different types of messages to each mobile app. A fun use case is bringing a random fan on stage to meet the artist. Another event is our most popular and widely used feature and single-handedly responsible for our Series Z funding, the event selfie. The Showrunner can request a selfie from each connected phone. Once the photos are snapped and sent back, the Showrunner can set off a process to create a huge photo mosaic of everyone's submissions. To speak a bit more about the photo mosaic process, I'd like to hand it over to John.
Thanks, Alex. The Together photo server allows audience members to become part of the show by assembling the crowdsourced images into a deep zoom mosaic. Coded with Express, this server collects the images, then using Node image processing libraries, builds a mosaic. We tamed these I/O and processor-intensive functions by wrapping them in promises. The photo server creates a pyramid of tiled images and serves them using the OpenSeaDragon Deep Zoom library, which zooms from seeing the entire mosaic all the way down to an individual image. Users can pan around and look for their selfie, a fun part of the experience. Now, it's fun to send one-off events and engage with the crowd, but artists also have a concert to perform. We provided a tool for them to create their shows, the Together Show Editor, a visual web app for artists to synchronize timeline-based events with crowd engagements. Users enter settings about their show and upload an audio track. Then we draw a musical timeline based on the duration and beats per minute. To preview the audio track and show in the editor, we draw the waveform below the musical timeline and sync the two of them together. Each color-coded row represents a different set of actions, and as users add events, the grid dynamically changes colors to give the show creator a sense of the final show. And now, Joel Darling.
Thanks, John. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of the technologies we used. So for the show editor, as we mentioned, once the show has been created, we save it to a Mongo database up to Heroku. And so the show admin can then access these shows at any time, and then they'll send it to the client as a giant JSON object. The Showrunner, we use Socket.io to handle all of the communication, such as handling connected clients, queuing and starting shows, sending messages, getting people up on stage, and that sort of thing. For the client app, we used Ionic Framework, which was pretty cool, and it let us write Angular and JavaScript and then deploy it to Android and iOS fairly easily. I'll put that in quotes. So one of the biggest challenges we had with this, obviously, was syncing all of the clients to a live events. We don't want the show to start and then everyone's phone doing something different. So to do this, once a client has connected, it's continuously pinging our server and calculating the round trip time for that. And then once the show admin says the show's about to start, everyone will then offset as accordingly, and then everything will be in sync. Now, we all know how great JavaScript is at timing, so we didn't use it. And for the for the client app, we use Tone.js, which is a very powerful library, and a timeline feature. And then using that, since we had created a show based on a music timeline, everything stays perfectly in sync. And so now we're going to show a sample live show for you guys. Cool. So that's Together. You can check us out at together-app.rocks. And that's all we have. Thank you very much. Any questions? Questions?